Rancho del Lago 2021, and this is CheryLynn. Yes, as you saw in the title of this video, I do need surgery, and we're going to talk about that. But first of all, today is November the 1st. Today in Mexico is the first of 2 days, basically, of celebration for Day of the Dead. Now, if you've never seen the movie Coco, the Disney movie, it's a wonderful little movie, and it helps to explain what the celebration for Day of the Dead is about. So I would highly recommend watching that. It's entertaining. But basically, it is a religious tradition of the Mexican people to celebrate the lives of their deceased loved ones who have passed through the veil to the other side. This is the time of year when the veil is thinnest, so those people can pass back through the veil to visit with their families for a day. There are things that are used like beautiful, huge golden marigolds, and with the scent and the color that is said to attract those spirits back so they know how to find their way through the veil to their loved ones that are still amongst the living. It is a grand tradition. It is highly celebrated, and there will be many festivities. Now, the first day, today, is celebrating more of the children that have passed. And the second day, which is the official Day of the Dead, is for all loved ones passed. So that's what's going on in Mexico right now. If you like the content that I bring you on a regular basis, I would appreciate it so much if you would click on subscribe, and then feel free to share with your friends and post a little like when there's something that you really enjoy, because all of that helps my channel to grow, and that means a lot to me. Thank you. Now, let's get to the part about healthcare, surgery, healthcare plans, what your options might be. I am a homesteader outside of my home country of the U.S. I am in Mexico. When you come to Mexico as a retiree, you have options for healthcare. You can get healthcare policies up to a certain age. There are some restrictions, there are some exclusions. It's not especially cheap, but some people do opt to do that. I did not. You can also self-insure. Regular medical care here is very inexpensive. To go to a regular general practitioner for the mundane things of everyday living, I have a cold, I have a flu, maybe I have COVID, I hurt myself, whatever. Gosh, I think that might be $20, $25. If they refer you to a specialist, it could be higher. I went to a specialist day before yesterday for my eyes. I knew I needed new glasses. I knew it had been 7 years since I've had a full exam by an ophthalmologist. And so that's what my goal was, to get that done. Well, in going through all of the various tests that they put you through to check your vision, we come to find out that I have cataracts in both eyes. My left eye is a little bit worse. My right eye is not too bad, but it will be getting there in short order. So it's time for me to do something about both of those. Now come the time for my decisions. I do not have health care here, no health insurance. The cost for generally across the country of Mexico in the major cities by highly qualified doctors with fantastic reputations, the cost is approximately 38,000 pesos per eye. Right now, we're looking at a conversion rate of approximately 20 pesos per dollar, so that makes the math fairly easy. Okay, at 38,000 pesos, what you do easy in your head is you drop a digit, so it's 3,800, and you cut that in half. So it's 15 plus 4, 1,900, rounded off at 2,000 US dollars per eye. Now, I can do that. I can, in self-assuring, pay out of pocket for my surgery here. That surgery includes a regular lens and all of the pre-testing and the follow-up checks. So it's all inclusive for the entire procedure. The other option I have is to fly back to the United States and have it done there, where I am still insured under a Humana HMO. I'm keeping that in case of major catastrophic event in my life. Okay, so I have to figure then the cost of the round-trip airfare, the cost of transportation to and from the airport, because I wouldn't leave my car there for several weeks, the cost of someone coming to live at my home to take care of my homestead, because my son cannot do it alone with all of the things that he has to do, all of the regular obligations of several days a week at venues that we go to sell produce from the farm, and renting a car or some sort of transportation to and from the airport at a minimum in Florida. Now, my mother has a car that she's offered to me that I could use if I was there, so it's not a rental for the full period of time. But since the procedure for both eyes can only be done one eye at a time, with Humana, what would be required is first to go to my regular physician, who then says, okay, I'm going to refer you to a specialist. What is the time frame to get to a specialist? I don't know. Could be a week, could be several weeks. Then to go to the specialist, who redoes all of the testing I just had and paid for out of pocket, because they can't accept information from a doctor that's not in their system. Okay, so then I have the testing redone, and they say, yes, you need surgery for both eyes, and now we have to go through the approval process with the insurance company, which could take a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Okay, I doubt seriously that they would not approve it, but it's just the time element. And then scheduling for the surgery, then getting the surgery done, then having checkups for approximately 7 days to 10 days afterward to make sure the healing is good. And once they know the healing is good in that eye, then they can go through the same procedure of testing and approval and everything that they need for the second eye. So I'm looking at the probability of 6 weeks away from home to get this done. Now, can I hire somebody to come here and live for 6 weeks? Probably not. Frankly, for all the things that need to be done here at the farm, even if someone says, oh, I have farm experience, how much fun that would be, I guarantee they would last a week or less. And after that period of time, it's like, no way, sorry, too much, I'm retired, don't want to deal with that again. So, weighing both options, I have chosen to pay more out of pocket for the care here that I know is exemplary, and be able to stay at home, take care of all the things that need to be done at home, and not worry about travel. I will interject that this is not a life-threatening surgery, but if there was something I needed because of a life-threatening situation, My best option would be to, because I can't afford something that massive here, have a policy that covers transportation by jet from here to Florida, where I could then be put into a HMO covered facility. So having at least that catastrophic policy for that jet transportation, I would say, is a very, very good idea, especially if you're not going to choose to be covered here. So that's what I'm faced with. Me, I take no medications. I'm generally a very healthy person, fluffy, but very healthy. And I, other than the occasional cold, flu, allergies kind of thing, I just am not a person who gets sick. So having to face a surgery that I'm not afraid of, because many people I know have been through it with these same doctors. I am not in fear of it at all. It's just another thing that comes along that you have to deal with. So I'm dealing. I'm very glad that if I need surgery, it's this kind and not something more internal that could be much more delicate or worse than just getting cataracts removed from my eyes. So if you're going to be an out-of-country expat person taking up residence full-time or part-time in another country for whatever reason, these are things that you have to think about, that you have to face and make real serious decisions about, because you don't want to be waiting until the situation is in your lap before you start researching what your options are. So I go back to this doctor on Wednesday of next week. We do a few more tests, and when she is satisfied with the results, we will go ahead and schedule a date, which is about 2 weeks out from then, for the surgery to happen. Neither my son nor myself do we take our vehicles and drive into Guadalajara. And since after the surgery I couldn't drive anyway, one of the options, well, actually there are a few options here. Take a taxi, have a friend drive you, hire a driver. Now, I don't want to impose on any friends, because while I'm in Guadalajara at the facility for the surgery, it will take approximately a total of 4 hours. That's the pre-op preparation. That is the actual surgery, which only takes about 20 minutes. And then that's the after care, watching you, making sure that any anesthetic is worn off and that you're okay, etc., patching up one eye, and then sending you on your way. So here to hire a driver to take me into Guadalajara, to wait that 4 hours with me and drive back with me, is probably maybe $100. Which is still far cheaper than if you hired a private driver in the US to take you somewhere and, it was like a total of a 6-hour stint. $100 is not that bad. I can deal with that, and that way I know I'm well taken care of on the road and I don't have to worry about it. So that's all I'm going to talk about today when it comes to healthcare, because I just wanted you to know the situation that I'm in, what I'm going through. I will still be able to tend to all of my chores and everything that has to do with, the farm, the homestead here. That's not a problem. I have a patch for a day over my eye, and then I check in with the doctor a couple of times during the course of the following week. So now I ask you, you're watching because you might want to be a homesteader one day, because you might want to just move to Mexico one day, because you just want to be entertained by an old lady who has a bunch of animals and decided to move to Mexico on a big lake. And I did, and that's fine too. But if you think that you might want to leave the country, I just encourage you to do all your homework. There are many videos besides mine that talk to you about being an expat and various things, including the healthcare issues and insurance and what options are and that kind of thing. But through me and through my videos, you will just get to see how I handle whatever happens to me. And then you can make your own decisions as to, gosh, I would never want to be in that kind of position, or, you know, I could handle it like she's handling it. That's not so bad. So now it's time for me to put my work clothes back on and go check on the bunnies. We had one litter born sometime during the night last night, only 3 little bunnies in it. I have 2 more mama bunnies that are ready to have babies, and I need to keep an eye on them during the day today, tonight, and tomorrow, just to make sure everything's good. I thank you for watching again, and stay tuned, because as I go through this process, I will keep posting about it so that you know what's happening to me. Oh, one other thing. If you've never had cataract surgery, you, like me, don't know what to expect. But from every single person I've talked to, after they have it, they see so much better. They see colors brighter. They see images more clearly. I will still likely need glasses for reading, but for my distance, it should be stellar. I should have fantastic vision, which I'm looking forward to, because I can see distance, but right now, this eye is my distance eye, and this eye is my close-up eye, which, I don't know, is that weird? But once this is finished, the lenses that they will inject will be distance good, reading probably not so good, and will need mild reading glasses, maybe even just enlargers and no prescription. So we will see how it goes, and I will report back to you step by step to let you know. Thanks for being with me today and watching Rancho del Lago 2021.